Welcome to our broadcast today about project management. Let's start off with some very basic questions. True or false? Project management is all about processes and procedures alone and does not consider people. The answer is false. Obviously, projects need people in order to run them. Let's up the ante and let me ask you a more situational question. Your project is experiencing resistance to change from team members. What do you do? A or B? A. Push forward with the changes, emphasizing the importance no matter what. B. Engage with the team members, address their concerns, and involve them in the change process. The answer is B. Promote stakeholder engagement and buy in. This is important. It's crucial for successful change management. Let's jump into one more question before we get rolling with some content. Question. Your project is in the execution phase and you discover a critical quality issue. What is your immediate action? Is it A or B? A. Document the issue and assess its impact and inform stakeholders to decide on the appropriate action. B. Fix the issue immediately, even if it delays the project tasks that need to be done within a particular time frame. The best answer, my friends, is A. Always follow proper change control procedures, minimizing disruptions while addressing the issue. The best thing to do when you encounter an issue is to document it, break it down, and assess its impact. And with those opening questions, I would like to welcome you today to the PMP Exam Radio Show. So let's jump into some more content. Project management can be sliced and diced in a number of ways. We could take a look at project management based on principle, how we need to think and how we need to behave, the underlying philosophies of that. We could also address project management from the point of view of processes that we carry out as project managers, practices. So in this study, we will be going through the processes of project management, the principles of project management, and the idea of being malleable and adaptable. In other words, being agile. When you consider being agile, without a doubt, you're faced with the idea of hybridization. And hybridization is bringing together the best of both worlds of predictive and agile to give a hybrid goulash, a hybrid flavor of robustness and appropriateness that can be used on any project with a mindset of tailoring. Now, this is big in professional exams like the PMP exam. In fact, the PMI tell us that the PMP exam contains a 50-50 breakdown of agile and hybrid versus predictive. Now, ask yourself this. Why didn't they break it down by agile strictly, hybrid strictly, and predictive strictly? The answer is agile and hybrid means agile. Hybrid, in and of itself, is an agile posture. Now, with that in mind, let's jump into more details to learn the principles, the practices, processes, knowledge areas, and more. And at the end, I'll give you a short quiz on these concepts.
Mastering Project Management. Core Principles, Process Groups, and Areas of Knowledge by Phil Akinwalhai. Introduction. Project management is both an art and a science, a dynamic discipline that bridges the gap between ideas and reality. At its core, project management is about delivering value, achieving goals, and navigating constraints effectively. In this comprehensive exploration deep into what is often considered the holy grail of project management, the core principles, process groups, and areas of knowledge that form the bedrock of successful project execution. We will discover how these concepts transcend the divisive debates surrounding waterfall. emphasizing the importance of a pragmatic, tailored approach for each unique project and circumstance. Chapter 1. Core Principles. The core principles of project management serve as the guiding lights that illuminate the path to successful project execution. These principles are the philosophical underpinnings that inform every decision and action a project manager takes. Let's embark on a profound journey into each of the 12 core principles.
I hope the content is making sense so far. Let's jump into a couple more questions. A stakeholder requests additional features that were not part of the original project scope. What do you do? A or B? A. Evaluate the impact on scope, schedule, and budget before deciding on the inclusion of new features. B. Add the requested features to the project scope or the product backlog to satisfy the stakeholders' concerns and demands. The answer is A. This adheres to scope change control to ensure the project's baseline integrity. The most important thing for you to do as a project manager is always evaluate. One more question before we jump into stewardship. Your project is facing resource constraints and team members are overworked. How do you address this? A or B? A. Reallocate tasks, adjust the schedule, and seek additional resources if possible. B. Push the team to work overtime by crashing the project in order to meet the project deadlines for as cheap as possible. The best answer is A. It prioritizes team well-being and resource optimization over excessive overtime. Bear in mind that as a steward, you are a fiduciary of the resources entrusted to you, which includes the team. So you should be reluctant to push the team to work overtime. Always adjust the schedule where you can instead of pushing the team to the brink. Trade-offs are okay. With that, let's move on to the next section.
Stewardship. Stewardship in project management is a concept rooted in responsibility, diligence, respect, and care. It involves treating project resources, including time, budget, and human capital, with the utmost care. A diligent steward manages resources efficiently, ensuring that every investment contributes to the project's objectives. Respect for resources and stakeholders is essential, fostering trust and collaboration among team members. Teamwork. Teamwork is the heartbeat of project management, a collective effort where individuals come together to achieve a common goal. Creating a collaborative project team environment involves nurturing a sense of belonging, trust, and shared purpose. Effective teamwork promotes synergy, enhances problem-solving capabilities, and fuels project success. Stakeholder engagement. Stakeholders are individuals or groups with a vested interest in the project's outcome. Effective engagement with stakeholders is essential for project success. Engaging stakeholders means actively involving them in project discussions, seeking their input, and managing their expectations. Stakeholder engagement is a dynamic process that requires continuous communication and responsiveness.
Let's move on to a couple more questions before we address value creation. First question. 2 critical project risks have a high probability of occurring simultaneously. What is your risk response strategy? Is it A or B? A. Develop a mitigation plan to address both risks concurrently. B. Address one risk at a time, starting with the most likely one. The best option is A. A minimizes the impact of potential simultaneous risks, ensuring better project resilience. What if you go after the most likely one, whereas the second one has a higher impact? it would be prudent to choose option A. Here's your final question. Your project sponsor is consistently unavailable for decision making. What is your approach, A or B? A. Make decisions on behalf of the project sponsor to keep the project moving. B. Engage with the sponsor to address the availability issue and seek alternative decision makers. The best option is B. This maintains proper stakeholder engagement and avoids assumptions about decision-making authority. Let's move on to value creation.
Value creation. Value creation is at the heart of every successful project. It means focusing on activities and deliverables that contribute meaningfully to project objectives. Project managers must consistently evaluate whether each task, decision, or expenditure adds value to the project. A value-driven approach ensures that resources are invested wisely and project outcomes align with stakeholders' expectations. Systems thinking. Projects exist within a complex ecosystem of interrelated systems and components. Systems thinking involves recognizing, evaluating, and responding to these intricate interactions. A project manager with a systems thinking mindset understands that changes in one area of the project may ripple through the entire system, necessitating proactive adjustments. Systems thinking helps manage project complexities by addressing root causes and optimizing processes. Leadership. Effective leadership is indispensable in guiding a project team toward achieving its goals. Leadership behaviors encompass inspiring, motivating, and facilitating collaboration among team members. A project manager must lead by example, demonstrating integrity, resilience, and adaptability in the face of challenges. Leadership inspires trust and confidence, fostering a positive project environment. Tailoring. The one-size-fits-all approach doesn't apply to project management. Tailoring involves adapting project management practices to the specific context and needs of the project. Project managers must carefully select and apply tools, methodologies, and processes that align with the project's unique characteristics. Tailoring enhances the project's chances of success by avoiding unnecessary complexities and focusing on what truly matters. Quality. Quality is not an afterthought but an integral part of project management. Quality management involves planning, executing, and controlling activities to meet or exceed predefined standards. Project managers must ensure that quality is built into processes and deliverables from the project's inception. High-quality outcomes enhance stakeholder satisfaction and mitigate risks associated with defects and rework. Managing project complexity. Modern projects are often characterized by complexity, involving numerous variables, dependencies, and uncertainties. Navigating complexity requires project managers to embrace adaptive strategies, such as Agile methodologies, and employ advanced techniques, such as risk analysis and scenario planning. Successfully managing complexity leads to better decision-making and increased project resilience. Risk management. Risk management is the art of identifying, assessing, and responding to potential threats and opportunities that could impact the project's objectives. Project managers must develop risk management plans that outline strategies for mitigating, accepting, transferring, or avoiding risks. Proactive risk management minimizes surprises and enhances the project's ability to adapt to changing circumstances. Building adaptability and resiliency. In a rapidly changing world, adaptability and resiliency are essential attributes for project managers and teams. Embracing adaptability means being open to change, continuously learning, and adjusting strategies as needed. Resiliency enables projects to withstand setbacks and recover quickly from disruptions, ensuring project continuity.
Couple more questions for you. Stakeholders are requesting additional project documentation. What is your response, A or B? A. Provide all requested documentation even if it exceeds the original plan. B. assess the necessity of the requested documentation, and provide what is relevant to the project's objectives. The best answer is B. This ensures efficient use of project resources and maintains focus on the project goals. You would not provide all requested documentation if it exceeded the plan. That's gold plating. For that documentation to be considered, it needs to go through proper change control. So option B is best. Next question. Your project is consistently ahead of schedule. What is your course of action, A or B? A. Maintain the current pace to complete the project early. B. Re-evaluate the project plan, resource allocation, and quality to ensure the early completion does not compromise project objectives. The best answer here, my friends, is B. B does nothing wrong. B does not stop you from proceeding, but it serves as a quality check. It serves as a gauge to ensure that early completion does not come at the expense of project quality or other critical factors. This is a taste of the questions you will face on your PMP exam. They will be worded in a similar fashion, and they will have less to do with process and more to do with thinking as a project manager. Let's move on.
Change management. Every project introduces change, whether in processes, technology, or organizational culture. Change management involves guiding individuals and organizations through these transitions. Effective change management requires clear communication, stakeholder engagement, and strategies for addressing resistance. Enabling change ensures that the project achieves its envisioned future state and delivers lasting benefits. Chapter 2. Process groups. The project management process groups provide a structured framework for managing projects from inception to closure. Understanding these groups is essential for project managers to execute projects effectively. Initiating marks the project's conception, where it is defined, authorized, and its objectives are outlined. Key activities include identifying stakeholders, establishing project goals, and obtaining the necessary approvals and resources. Planning is where the project's roadmap is created in detail. It involves developing comprehensive plans for scope, schedule, budget, quality, resources, and risk management. Detailed planning ensures that the project is set up for success and that all stakeholders have a clear understanding of what to expect. Executing is where the project plan comes to life. It involves carrying out project activities according to the plan, managing resources, and addressing issues as they arise. Effective execution ensures that the project stays on track and aligns with its objectives.
All right, my friends, it's your buddy Phil here again with a question for you. Final question before we jump in to talk about monitoring and controlling. Your project team lacks essential skills for a critical task. What is your action, A or B? Option A. Train the existing team members quickly to acquire the necessary skills. B. Identify external resources with the required skills to supplement the team temporarily. The best answer here, my friends, is B. Option B provides a faster and more reliable solution for addressing the skill gaps associated with this critical task. Let's move on to our next section.
Monitoring and control runs parallel to project execution. It involves continuous monitoring of project performance against the plan and making necessary adjustments. This enables project managers to identify deviations, assess risks, and take corrective actions to keep the project on course. Closing signifies the completion of the project. It involves formalizing project closure, obtaining approvals, and transitioning deliverables to stakeholders. Lessons learned during the project are documented, providing valuable insights for future projects. Chapter 3. Areas of Knowledge. The Project Management Body of Knowledge defines 10 areas of knowledge that project managers must master to effectively manage projects. Project management. This foundational area of knowledge covers the core principles and best practices that underlie effective project management. Project managers must understand the fundamental concepts and philosophies that guide their practice. Integration management. Integration management focuses on coordinating and integrating all knowledge areas to ensure seamless project execution. A skilled project manager harmonizes project elements to achieve the project's overall objectives. Scope management. Scope management involves defining, planning, executing, and controlling the project scope to ensure that the project delivers what was originally agreed upon. Managing scope effectively minimizes scope creep and maintains project alignment with stakeholder expectations. Schedule management. Schedule management encompasses the processes of developing, managing, and controlling the project schedule. A well-structured schedule ensures that project activities are executed in a timely manner, preventing delays and disruptions. Cost management. Cost management involves planning, budgeting, executing, and controlling project costs. Effective cost management ensures that the project is delivered within budget constraints, optimizing resource utilization. Quality management. Quality management addresses planning, executing, and controlling the quality of project deliverables and processes. A commitment to high-quality outcomes enhances stakeholder satisfaction and reduces the risk of rework. Resource management. Resource management focuses on identifying, acquiring, and effectively utilizing the resources required for the project. Successful resource management ensures that the project has the necessary skills, tools, and materials to meet its objectives. Communications management. Communications management involves planning, executing, and controlling the flow of information between the project team and stakeholders. Clear and effective communication enhances understanding and collaboration among project participants. Risk management. Risk management comprises the processes of identifying, assessing, and mitigating risks that could impact the project. Proactive risk management minimizes the potential for project disruptions and maximizes opportunities for success. Procurement management. Procurement management deals with the processes of acquiring goods and services for the project. Effective procurement ensures that the project has access to external resources necessary for its execution. Stakeholder management. Stakeholder management is concerned with identifying, engaging, and managing the various individuals and groups with an interest in the project. Building positive stakeholder relationships is crucial for project success and minimizing potential conflicts. Chapter 4. Importance of these concepts. Understanding and applying project management concepts are of paramount importance for several reasons. Ensures a structured approach. These concepts provide a structured framework that guides project managers in planning, executing, and controlling project activities. Without such a framework, projects are more likely to suffer from chaos, scope creep, and lack of direction. Mitigates risks. Effective project management involves proactive risk identification and mitigation. Without a systematic approach to risk management, projects are vulnerable to unexpected issues and disruptions that can derail progress. Enhances communication. Clear project management processes and practices facilitate effective communication within the project team and with stakeholders. Improved communication ensures that everyone involved in the project has a shared understanding of goals, progress, and expectations. Maximizes value. A value-driven approach ensures that every project activity contributes meaningfully to the project's objectives. Without a focus on value creation, projects may become mired in inefficiencies and activities that do not directly contribute to success. Chapter 5. Applying these concepts on your projects. While understanding project management concepts is crucial, Applying them effectively is equally important. Here are some practical tips on how to utilize these concepts on your projects. Start with clear project scope and goals. Define the project's scope and objectives clearly from the outset. This sets the foundation for all project activities. A well-defined scope helps project managers and teams stay focused on delivering what was agreed upon, minimizing scope creep. Create a comprehensive project plan. Develop a detailed project plan that outlines the steps, timelines, and resource allocations required to complete the project successfully. A comprehensive plan serves as a roadmap, providing direction and a reference point for the entire project team. Identify and manage risks proactively. Implement a robust risk management process that involves identifying potential risks, assessing their impact, and developing strategies to mitigate or respond to them. Proactive risk management reduces the likelihood of unexpected setbacks and increases project resilience. Communicate regularly with stakeholders. Establish a communication plan that defines how, when, and what information will be shared with stakeholders throughout the project. Effective communication ensures that stakeholders are well informed, their expectations are managed, and potential issues are addressed promptly.
Well, my friends, I hope you've enjoyed the conversation so far. Next, we're moving into the waterfall versus the agile debate that permeates a lot of teams. Let's have a unified mindset instead of the agile versus waterfall debate. Let's talk about this a little bit more to get some clarity. And while you're at that, smash the like button if you've enjoyed what you've heard so far.
Chapter 6. The traditional waterfall methodology and the more agile approaches are often seen as opposing forces. However, it's important to recognize that project management is not a one-size-fits-all discipline, and a rigid adherence to one methodology may not be the most effective approach. Instead, consider a hybrid approach that combines elements of both methodologies to meet the unique needs of your project. Benefits of a hybrid approach. Hybrid approaches provide the flexibility to tailor project management practices to the specific needs of a project. This adaptability allows project managers to leverage the best elements of both waterfall and agile methodologies. Risk reduction. Hybrid approaches can help reduce project risks by incorporating structured project management practices, while also embracing Agile's responsiveness to change. This can be especially beneficial for complex projects with a high degree of uncertainty. Improved communication and collaboration. Hybrid approaches promote improved communication and collaboration among team members and stakeholders. By using agile practices for certain aspects of the project, such as frequent feedback and iterative development, teams can enhance their understanding of project requirements and increase efficiency. Examples of hybrid approaches. Use a waterfall approach for the initial phases of a project, such as requirements gathering and planning. Transition to an agile approach for the development and execution phases to accommodate changes and evolving requirements. Implement a waterfall approach for overall project management, including budget and schedule tracking. Use an agile approach for specific tasks or work streams within the project, allowing for more flexibility and adaptability. Requirements breakdown. Begin with a waterfall approach to define high-level project requirements. Utilize agile practices to break down these requirements into smaller, manageable tasks for development and execution. Ultimately, the choice of which approach to use, whether pure waterfall, pure agile, or a hybrid, should be determined by the specific needs and requirements of the project. An experienced project manager can assess the project's unique characteristics and select the most appropriate methodology or combination thereof. Conclusion. Mastering project management is a journey that encompasses understanding and applying core principles, leveraging process groups, and embracing areas of knowledge. These concepts serve as the foundation for successful project execution, providing a structured framework for project managers to navigate the complex terrain of modern projects. While debates over waterfall methodologies persist, it is crucial to recognize that project management key to success lies in adopting a pragmatic approach that is tailored to the unique needs and context of each project. This approach may involve a hybridization of methodologies, allowing project managers to harness the strengths of both waterfall and agile. By following the core principles, process groups, and areas of knowledge, project managers can increase their chances of delivering projects that not only meet their goals and objectives, but also adapt to changing circumstances and thrive in an ever-evolving project landscape. Project management is not static. It is a dynamic discipline that continues to evolve, and those who master its principles are well equipped to navigate the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead in the world of project execution.
Thank you for staying to the end of this section. Let's jump into the questions I have for you to test you on what we have learned so far. Your project is behind schedule and the team is demotivated. Stakeholders are demanding faster progress. What do you do? A or B? There are two options. Option A, implement overtime after careful consideration with the team to catch up on lost work. B, reevaluate the project, identify bottlenecks, and adjust the schedule. The answer is option B. Option B is better because it focuses on identifying and addressing the root cause of the delays, which is more sustainable than working overtime. What if you work overtime and that's not the problem? Question 2. Scope changes have been requested by a key stakeholder. What is your next step, A or B? A, implement the changes immediately to keep the stakeholders satisfied. B, initiate change control to assess the impact on the project and obtain approval. The best answer is B. Option B is best because it follows the project's change management approach to ensure that changes are properly evaluated and approved. As opposed to jumping at changes to implement immediately, it is always better to understand the impact and follow proper change control. Number 3. Your project has a limited budget and you need to cut costs. What is your approach, A or B? A, reduce the quality of project deliverables to stay within budget. B, perform a cost-benefit analysis to identify areas for cost reduction without compromising quality. The best answer for this one, my friends, is B. Obviously, it looks for ways to save cost without sacrificing project quality. Question 4. Your project team is facing conflicts among team members. How should you handle this? A or B? A, mediate the conflicts yourself to maintain team harmony while following the Thomas Kilmann conflict mode instrument. B, encourage the team to resolve conflicts collaboratively with your guidance as a last resort. The best answer, my friends, is B. B encourages team members to take ownership of resolving conflict, promoting a more self-sustaining team dynamic. Number 5. Your project is experiencing scope creep. What is your action, A or B? A, continue accommodating changes to keep stakeholders happy while adhering to the scope baseline and WBS. B, initiate a scope change request and communicate the potential impact on schedule, budget, and resources. The best answer is option B. This is because it ensures proper control over scope changes while maintaining project integrity of schedule and resources. When you're faced with change, don't only consider one aspect. Consider the various knowledge areas and how the change will impact those. Question 6. The project is approaching a critical milestone, and you notice that a key team member is consistently missing deadlines. What should you do? A. Assign additional tasks to other team members to cover for the individual. B. Address the issue with the team member, understand the cause of the delays, and provide necessary support or adjustments. The best answer is B. B is more effective because it addresses the root cause of the problem rather than distributing the workload, which may lead to further issues. Next question. A risk has materialized, jeopardizing the project's timeline. What is your response? A. Activate the risk response plan, assess the impact, and communicate with stakeholders to manage expectations. B. B. Fast track and crash the original deadline in order to meet the stakeholders' original schedule. The best answer is A. This is the preferred choice because it allows proper risk management principles, ensuring a more controlled response. The best option is never to immediately fast track or crash without following proper risk protocol. Question 8. Stakeholders are requesting regular project status updates. What is your approach? A. Establish a regular reporting schedule to ensure consistent communication with stakeholders. B. Provide updates on an ad hoc basis when requested, or consider alternatives to meet monthly with stakeholders. The best answer is option A. This ensures proactive and structured communication, which is essential for stakeholder engagement. Don't just do things ad hoc or stick to a rigid timeline. Be flexible to establish a reporting cadence that works for the client. Question 9. Your project team is distributed across different time zones, causing communication challenges. How should you address this? A or B? A. Implement asynchronous communication methods and establish clear communication protocols to accommodate all team members. B. Decide to schedule meetings during the time that works best for majority of the team, regardless their location. The best answer is A. A is more inclusive and considers the needs of the entire team, promoting effective communication. Question 10. Your project has exceeded its budget and there are no additional funds available. What is your strategy? A. Implement cost-saving measures and negotiate with vendors to minimize expenses. B. Seek external funding sources to cover these overages as quickly as possible. The best answer is A. Focus on cost control and mitigation within the project's existing constraints. Thank you for staying behind to answer these questions. I wish you all the very best on the exam. Remember that on the PMP exam, you could have a variety of question types. The options could be 4, choose 1, or 4, choose more than 1. Spend time getting good with answering questions expediently. The more questions you practice, the quicker you'll be able to think and therefore process the information to choose the best option on the exam. Bye for now.